We're here in downtown Azerbaijan. We're here for the Baku City Circuit. Welcome along to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for the UDL Formula 1 World Championship. My name is Azerbaijan, and thank you so much for joining us. Jonathan Ledoux will be in the commentary booth in a moment's time. He's just running a little late, but I will be here nonetheless to call the action for you while we wait for him as well. And thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us now just live, you're watching live coverage of the UDL Formula 1 World Championship. My name is Azerbaijan. I'm going to be your main commentator this evening at the Baku City Circuit for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And we're just waiting for the lobby to get underway. It's going to be short qualifying action, 18 minutes of non-stop action in qualifying. In reduced damage, the weather is set to custom. I do believe it will be sunny skies, though, in the race today. Strict corner cutting is on. Of course, car setups are on full. Ghosting is off. Race starts are at manual. And the race distance will be 50% of regulation. So we'll see how many laps that is when we get to the race. As we're just waiting for all of the drivers to get ready. And we will get into the race itself, into short qualifying. And then, furthermore, the race. In Azerbaijan, Season 1, pole was given to race driver 79 underscore. Winner was Pecan 36 in the Ferrari with the podiums with Snipper Pig and race driver 79. And in Season 2, pole was gone by Prix with the winner being Honos 97 with podiums from Racer X and Pecan 36 as well. Just waiting for everybody to get ready, and we'll get underway shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Going over the point standings following the Monaco Grand Prix. In the Drivers' Championship, it's Dreamsy in the Alfa Romeo with 104 points, followed by Snipper Pig with 102 points. In second, Honos in third with 75 points, Dilgaff with 48 points. Publix in fifth with 45 points, followed by Speed King 91 with 36 points. Seventh position is in Easy Hurricane F1 with 35 points. Korab in eighth position, 34 points. I Got a Big Rig in the Haas in 32 points in ninth. Ripper Rick in 10th with 24 points. Pecan 36 in the other Haas with 20 points in 11th. Breezy in the Racing Point with 14. Shawsome 4321 in the Racing Point with 10 points. Hellmade in 14th with 10 points as well. Kill the Birdman in 15th with also 10 points. Also with 10 points is Dilsack in the Mercedes in 16th. In 17th, a distant 2 points for BOE Bryce. And Drew You with 1 point in 18th. In the Constructors' Championship, it's AlphaTauri in the lead of 147 points, with Alfa Romeo in second with 139. McLaren is in third position with 109 points. A further 50 points off and more is the the Ferrari team with 57 points. In fifth position, Haas has 52, just behind Ferrari. In sixth, Red Bull has 46 points. A further 20 points off is Renault in seventh position with 26. In 8th position, Racing Point has 24 points, followed by Mercedes with 10 points in 9th. In 10th place is the Williams of 1 point. As we're just getting ready, ladies and gentlemen. As we're just waiting for all the drivers to get ready, and we will get into the race here, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting for everybody to ready up. Again, if you're watching the stream and you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the United Drivers League YouTube channel, and to hit the notification bell so you never miss a race. Make sure to join the UDL Discord if you're interested in participating in the league. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll just be getting started in one moment time. We're just waiting for everybody to get ready, and we will get into the race. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody is getting ready. All the check marks are just about on, and we will get into the race lobby for the short qualifying session for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku City Circuit. And there we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And thank you so much for joining us. We are live here at the Baku City Circuit for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's the UDL Formula 1 World Championship. My name is Alex. You're going to be joined by Jonathan. We'll do in the commentary booth in just a few moments' time. But here we go for short qualifying action at the Baku City Circuit. It's going to be 18 minutes of non-stop action. Whoever gets the fastest time will be on pole position, and the rest of the grid will follow suit thereafter. And let's see who that is going to be today. Again, like I said before, if you enjoy the content here, make sure to leave a like on the live stream and make sure to subscribe to the United Drivers League. And if you're interested in seeing more of the content, make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss a live race ever or a video from the United Drivers League YouTube channel. Make sure to also join the Discord if you're interested in joining the league races, or if you're interested in participating in next year's Indianapolis 500, which I'm very excited to be commentating for you guys once again. One of our biggest events of the year. And here we go. It is sunny skies, early sunny skies here in Azerbaijan, as we're about to get set for qualifying action in just a few moments' time. Just waiting for drivers to get out of the pit lane and begin their first out laps and then their hot laps. And here is our first car coming down the pit lane, and in fact it is the Racing Point of Prix who's going to be the first person out of the pit lane today in the Racing Point car, and we'll see if he can himself put himself on pole position. Prix, a very, very good racing driver, very quick in qualifying with some very excellent race pace and racecraft as well. We'll see if he can challenge for the win today here in Baku. As 17 minutes have expired already. Well, 17 minutes to go in the session already, as 1 minute has expired. There is Snipper Pig and the AlphaTauri out on track as well. Also out on track is Publix. Ponos 97 is back out on track. Kill the Birdman in the Red Bull out on track right now. I Got a Big Rig, the one of the Haas cars, out on track. We also have Dreamzy and Easy Hurricane, both of the Alfa Romeos, out on track at the moment. Korab just exited the pit lane and is making his way around the track to get a lap underway. As I'm going to ride on board of Prix, who is going to be the first person to come across the line and start a flying lap in just a few moments' time. Riding on board with him in the pink Racing Point car, soon to be the definite British Racing Green of the Aston Martin racing team. Of course, Lawrence Stroll, owner of Racing Point, owning a majority stock in the Aston Martin car franchise. As here we go, Prix opens up the DRS flap on one of the longest straights on the Formula 1 calendar, and is about to barrel down in the turn 1. Let's see what time he can put on the board. As you can hear the V6 engine revving at 12,000 RPM as he barrels in the turn 1, short shifting all the way down towards possibly second gear before shifting back up towards sixth gear and into turn number 2. It's two right-hand turns, exact right-hand turns, as he barrels down now the second DRS straight of the lap before coming into another right-hand turn, and then it's going to be another left-hand, sorry, it's a left-hand turn then, and the right-hand turn, and getting into Sector 2. Let's get the track data up and running. As you can see, he had fastest Sector 1 for a very short time, but that was quickly diminished. As let's ride on board of him. He's about to come up to the tightest track of all the Formula 1 calendars in the real world of Formula 1, about to come through the castle section here in Baku, and just grazes the wall right there, but no damage, so no harm, no foul. The closer you are, the better, the faster you are. That's what it all means. How fast can you go? Can you get the pole position time today? As Prix barreling down towards the end of the lap as he hits the curb right there, keeps out of the wall, and now coming into the sweeping left and right hand turns of the final sector. Very easy to lose the back end if you put too much steering input, and then he'll get onto the DRS straight and finish his first lap. Close to the wall, keeping it out of the wall, and now there's the line. The DRS flap opens, and the DRS flap opening at the back allows right there for the speed to increase by 10 to 12 miles per hour, depending on the setup you have, and Prix will head at 138.9 to start the session off. We have a few drivers behind him as well, as we'll see if we can catch who it is. That's Dreamsy, and then we have Snipper Pig, who has gone on pole position with 138.4. Publix is going to come across the line and go P2. So the AlphaTauris go 1-2 at the moment, 138.4 as well for Publix. Kill the Birdman in 6th position, and the Red Bull driver, Speed King 91, not able to set a time. Here comes Korab with Honos going 3rd fastest in the McLaren. Let's see what Korab can do. Only 6th fastest. His teammate not at the same pace at the moment. Conway now coming up through the castle section, looking to almost hit the wall right there, but he slows it up a little bit, and this is not looking like the most clean of laps so far. Here is Drew Yu in the Williams, coming down the main DRS straight, about to activate that DRS, and there goes the DRS. Of course, the ERS in hot lap mode to get the most out of the engine, and Drew Yu will go 9th fastest at the moment. There is Conway 1419 also in the Williams car, coming now onto the 3rd sector. Let's see what he can do in the Williams car in that all white out helmet as he comes through the sweeping left and right hand turns before getting back onto the main DRS straight to maximize your straight line speed before barreling into the start finish line. And let's see what he can do. DRS flap opens from the back. Here comes the Williams of Conway 1419, and he is going to go just 12th fastest, and then a big time right here, and that looked to be Dilgaff in the Ferrari, who goes a 138.8. It's still 4/10 off of Publix, but it is 3rd fastest nonetheless. So Dilgaff with a very impressive 3rd place in the Ferrari, the only person in the Ferrari at the moment. The other Italian outfit is the Alfa Romeo, and of course the AlphaTauris as well are based in Italy. Pecan 36 is one of the drivers without a time right now, as we just saw somebody else go with a time on the board, and I believe that was I Got a Big Rig. I'm sorry, I believe... Well, who was that? Might have been Conway. Not too sure, but nonetheless, I saw a name go up there, and I'm not too sure who it was. But nonetheless, here comes Pecan 36, who has not set a time yet in this qualifying session with 11 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the session. Here comes Pecan 36 across the line, and it's only going to be 11th fastest, so the multiple podium finisher and race winner here in Azerbaijan only settling for 11th on the grid at the moment here in qualifying. And about 17 minutes about to expire in this session, and Snipper Pig provisionally is your man on pole position with Publix, his teammate, in 2nd. Dilgaff, very impressive, in 3rd spot with the Ferrari Honos 97. Always a very consistent and fast driver, sitting in 4th with Prix in 5th position. Speed King currently sitting 6th right now in the Red Bull car with I Got a Big Rig, the teammate to the Haas of Pecan 36 in 7th. Korab is sitting in 8th position. 9th for Dreamsy, who may have been the driver that went into the positions there. Kill the Birdman in 10th position. Helmade in 11th. Pecan has actually dropped down to 12th position. So Drew Yu 24 is 13th, 14th for Dilsack. And Conway 1419 sits 15th on the grid. The only drivers about times at the moment are Hurricane F1, who is about to come across the line to start a hot lap. and Bossman W11, who is just now coming out of the pit lane. And I'm going to ride on board of Easy Hurricane F1, who crosses by one of the McLarens. And if we can see who that was, it was Korab, I believe, who was coming out of the pit lane. And he just passes a Williams car right there who was going quite slowly on track. Don't know if that's going to impede his time at all. There is a yellow flag down that DRS straight. And I do believe that was just due to a few cars going a little bit slowly at the moment. And a little bit of contact into the wall for Easy Hurricane right there. He tapped the wall, but he still has his front wing to go with him. Of course, it is on reduced damage, so don't expect a serious amount of front wing damage as you might normally expect on regular damage. And now coming into the castle section, and into the wall! And no reduced damage is going to help you right there. Easy Hurricane crashed right into the wall, and that's some major front wing damage in the castle section. He keeps the car alive, but as you can see, there is a almost non-existent front wing on that car, and he's going to have to make a pit stop, and he's going to have to avoid the walls while doing so, as he's really needing the slow up right now. He's going to try to let by the McLaren, not exactly the opportune place to do that, as he was right on the apex of the corner right there. So nonetheless, Hurricane now going to have to go into the pits because he's got front wing damage, and you definitely need your front wing around a high downforce track like this. Conway has retired from the session, and it looks like he just decided to do that in the pit lane. Not too sure. He might have just retired on track. I'm not too sure where his car is, but nonetheless, Conway in 15th is out of the session with 8 minutes and about 30 seconds left to go and counting. So a pretty exciting qualifying session so far. And there's your man Snipper Pig, who was on pole position, and he has gone fastest in the first sector as I say that. So looking for more is Snipper Pig. Coming now towards the castle section. How tight can you go? That's about how tight you can go through there. Very, very nice and shabby. Mounting the curb there now, coming on to this long straight right here. Not a DRS detection zone, but a nice zone nonetheless for straight line speed before braking hard. Gonna try to clip some of the curb. Don't launch yourself into the wall. He doesn't do that, but he almost did it. Now coming into the third sector. And that's a fastest second sector by 0.4 of a second. We may be looking at a 1:37 time right here. Snipper Pig is flying through the left and right chicane, and let's see what he can do. DRS is about to activate, and there goes the flap. Here comes Snipper Pig. Comes across the line, and that is going to be a 137.913. And that is your man on pole position provisionally. It's Snipper Pig 007 with a monstrous time, beating his teammate Publix by almost 0.5 of a second. Publix, meanwhile, is on an invalidated lap, so this is not the one he's going to be using to improve his time. I got a big rig, slides out of the turn right there. That could have been nasty if it was into a wall. Here's X Breezy, who is not looking super fast on this occasion, and looks like he is just going to go back into the pit lane with about 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the session. There's I Got a Big Rig, who has since invalidated his time, in fact, probably through that chicane section before coming up towards the castle section. And he will have to go around again to set a faster lap time, because if he does in fact go faster, this one ain't gonna count. There is Dilgaff in the Ferrari in Sector 2, looking to get a nice time on the board there. Is actually, well, it looks like he might be conserving energy right there because he's not using up any of his hot lap modes, so forget what I said there. Pecan 36 sitting down in 14th position. This has not been the qualifying session he would have hoped for. Once again, it has been qualifying woes for him at a lot of occasions, and of course the Dutch Grand Prix didn't go too well for him the last time I was here. But nonetheless, let's see what Pecan 36 can do as he's on another new lap, which means it's new opportune time to get a faster lap time on the board and get further up the grid. looked to be a little bit of an improvement, but not by much. Now coming through the left-right chicane of the final sector, and he's got a McLaren ahead of him. That's Korab. This is going to give him some slipstream. He's going to get the DRS and the ERS. This is really, really going to help him. And look at this. This might be Peacon's saving grace right here, and it's going to be 10th position with a 139.5, and that was definitely assisted from the slipstream from Korab, and Peacon is into the top 10 in qualifying. 4 minutes and 55 seconds left to go. We are under 5 here in short qualifying. Speed King at 91, by the way, has gone third fastest in the Red Bull. Kill the Birdman all the way down in 12th is going to want to improve his time for sure and get closer to his teammate. He is on a hot lap right now, and he's down on his time by 6600th of a second in the second sector. That by no means is a huge improvement. He's going to have to do a little bit more if he wants to make it further up the grid. He's now coming through that left-right chicane, exiting now that chicane, is about to activate the DRS flap, and there goes the DRS flap. No, he goes into the pits. So he was not happy with that lap. It looked like he had to make a pass on his teammate, it looked like, or somebody had to pass, and ultimately Kill the Birdman decides not to set a lap time of note, and is going to go into the pit lane. So Peacon 36 with an impressive time, definitely assisted by the slipstream from Korab, and he is going to be P10 at the moment. There is Honos 97, who is on a hot lap at the moment. As you can see, the ERS down there, definitely on the second mode, which is the hot lap mode, and that's a fastest first sector for Honos 97 right now, who is coming through the second sector now. 3 minutes to go almost in the session, and Honos 97 looking for a late... Oh, and that's into the wall! And that's going to be some front wing damage, and you can see that coming as soon as he entered the castle section. It just didn't look all that clean, and that's some major front wing damage that will need to be replaced. But I don't believe that Honos 97 has the time left to go into the pit lane, come out of the pit lane, and then get another lap through, with lap times being over a minute and a half. So Honos 97 may have just shot any chance of pole position out the window, unless he really, really rushes to the pit lane. He's the only driver except for Bossman W11 out on track. Bossman W11 is on a hot lap right now. He's now coming through that chicane section before coming up towards the castle section. So here's that tight right-hand turn, which you cut a lot of the corner with, and he does so beautifully. Now coming up towards the castle section, braking very early. He doesn't want to hit the wall there, and he just scrapes the wall there, if anything. Now coming into the third sector soon. Let's see what the Sector 2-time split is going to be. Will he be faster in this sector? We'll have to wait and see. In that blacked out Mercedes, the stand against racism from Mercedes AMG F1 Patronus. That was a big mouthful that I'm not going to try to say again. But nonetheless, here comes Bossman W11. It's down by 0.8 of a second. Sorry, 0.8 of a second for Bossman W11. But then again, he is into the 140, so that's not necessarily a monumentous occasion in terms of getting far up the grid. But it's better than 15th position. He definitely would pass Hellmaid 7. Can he get past Dilsack, his teammate, which would be a great move for him. Bossman W11 comes across the line, and he's only going to go 14th fastest, and he's actually going to lose time in the third sector, and is only going to improve across Hellmaid by, looks to be just 1/10 of a second, so he lost a huge amount of time in the third sector right there, and he's only going to settle for P14 at the moment. And here on an outlap again is Snipper Pig. Let's ride on board of Publix, who is on a hot lap right now. Publix second on the grid right now, front row of his teammate, and that's fastest in the first sector for Publix. About 2.5 tenths down on his previous time in the first sector. Now coming towards the castle section, not cutting much of the curve as he probably would have liked to, but now going to come into the castle section and going to navigate it with ease. No problems there. Now coming up to this uphill straight with a few left-hand kinks, and should be pretty easy to navigate for Publix. Should have no problem, and he does have no problem slinging it through the kinks. Now downhill into this this left-hand turn downhill. navigates that beautifully. Doesn't even have to touch the curb. And look at that, Sector 2 down, but it is not a purple Sector 2, which is important for Publix. Publix is now going to come through the final chicane here onto that main DRS straight, that main start-finish line. 15 seconds left to go. Time about to expire in qualifying. And here comes Publix across the line, and he is going to go faster, but not pole position. It's a 138.2, and it's not into the 137s like his teammate Snipper Pig. And Snipper Pig is looking very good for provisional pole position, but he wants more. He's fastest again in the first sector. Time and time again, Snipper Pig continues to come out and continues to steamroll through the times here right now as he's coming through the castle section, and he is having a monumental qualifying session right now with ever-increasing lap times. Now in the second sector, through the left-hand kinks of the uphill section here in Sector 2, before coming downhill into turn into this left-hand turn into that right-hander, and he does just exactly that. The right degree turn is really what it is, the 90-degree turn, that left-hander, and now he goes faster in the second sector. Looking very good right now is Snipper Pig. Can he go faster than that 137.9? We would love to see that one. I'm getting twisted here with how fast he's going. Coming down the start-finish line, here comes Snipper Pig looking to extend his gap on pole position. And he's going to do it with a 137.6. And that is a mega lap time. And that is pole position at the moment, unless somebody can say something else about it. Publix says, looked like he was going for another lap. I don't know if he is in fact going for another lap. I don't think he is. No, he's not. He is slowing up the car right there, and he will settle for second position at the moment. Here is Korab, who is not on a lap. He's not using any ERS. Pecan 36 is in 12th, and he is in the pit lane, and he's going to settle for that position. Granted, if anybody else passes him, and we got a position change here as Breezy set the fastest third sector and has gone fifth fastest of a 138.617, just a tenth slower, just about, from Speed King 91. Here's Dilgaff, number 88 in the Scuderia Ferrari SF1000, the 2020 Challenger for the FIA Formula One World Championship, but now it's the Challenger for the UDL Formula One World Championship, and Dilgaff is in the cockpit, challenging for pole position here. Can he make it happen? He had an impressive P3 in qualifying earlier. That has dissipated from him. Now he's on that DRS straight. The DRS flap is going to open now. You can hear the click. There's the rear flap. No, he didn't open it up. Does he have an issue? He's gone faster, but not fast enough to improve. Only 6th on the grid. He did not open his DRS flap, which was very surprising. And Dilgaff is going to have to settle for just 6th on the grid. So on pole position today, once again, it's Snipper Pig 007 with a mega lap time. Publix is in second. It's a front row lockout for the AlphaTauri outfit here. And it is Speed King 91 in third. I got a big rig in fourth. And the next Breezy rounds off the top 5 in the Racing Point. But there is your man, Snipper Pig, on pole position here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And let's go over your starting lineup one more time. I'm getting some problems right now with my microphone. But nonetheless, it's Snipper Pig on pole position. Publix in second. Third for Speed King 91. Fourth for I Got a Big Rig. Breezy in fifth position. Dilgaff in sixth. Dreamzy in seventh. Eighth for Korab. Ninth for Honos. 10th for Easy Hurricane. Drew U in 11th position, followed by Pecan 36 in 12th. 13th for Kill the Birdman. 14th for Hellmade 7. 15th for Dilsack. 16th for Bossman W11. And Conway 1419 is rounding off the grid. I do believe we have some post-qualifying deductions to put into effect. So unfortunately, that means a little bit of a restart of the lobby. And we will just get underway shortly with the new lobby, the new grid, and then the race. So let me check and see if I got another invite for a lobby. Still haven't. We're just waiting one moment for the new lobby to get under the way. We'll get a custom grid up and running, and then we will get into the race. And there's the invite. Let me get into the new lobby. And we are just going to get ready for action in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. As the lobby is being reformed, the grid will be set up with the custom grid order due to post-race penalties being given out from the Monaco Grand Prix for grid drops. So we are just setting everything up again, and we will be underway shortly. And I will join you in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for action in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We didn't start because I hadn't clicked spectator yet. So that is why we were waiting so long. I do sincerely apologize for the wait. But we're back for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And let's get set with it, ladies and gentlemen. Of course. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the last time that I ever decide to try to get in a comfortable position in bed, because that was painful. I'm sure you probably heard nothing for the past entire formation lap. That's never happening again. We're never doing that. I forget my comfortability. If I can't find a position the first time, I'm not going to the next time. Nonetheless, here, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for the 5 red lights to come on, and we will get set for action for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. My voice just got significantly louder, which means the gain got probably a little bit higher for some reason. No idea why. But nonetheless, Here we go. Getting ready for 26 laps around the Azerbaijan city circuit. The Baku city circuit. Here we go. Lap 1. Waiting for the 5 red lights. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's go, go, go! And Prix has a drive-through penalty for a jump start. And this is major, major scenes here already as the two AlphaTauris go side by side at the beginning of this race. But it is Publix who has the lead of the Grand Prix. And in second position, oh, there's contact into the wall, though. Does he have damage? I don't think he does. It seems to be A-okay. Snipper Pig, though, Snipper Pig is actually in second position. Publix has taken the lead of the race here. Prix still sitting in third, but he has to make a pit stop soon for his drive-through penalty. That was a disastrous start to his race. But here we are on lap number 1. I do apologize for all the technical difficulties, but nonetheless, it is Publix in the lead of the race with Snipper Pig in second. Prix is up to third, but he has a drive-through penalty for a jump start. Speed King is in fourth position, will be in third soon, with I Got a Big Rig in fifth position. And the cars just sound a lot louder on my end. Did I do something to my microphone here, ladies and gentlemen? I have no idea, but everything just sounds way better. I have no idea. Nonetheless, here, ladies and gentlemen, Publix is setting faster sectors after faster sectors, and Publix leads his Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Snipper Pig in second position. Prix is in third position with Speed King 91 in fourth, and we already have a yellow flag somewhere, and that's Pecan 36, who has spun somewhere and has some wing damage that he's going to have to pit for soon. As we have a little bit of a slowdown here as Easy Hurricane. I don't know why he's slowing up so much. But does he have damage as well? I don't know what's going on. And now he has damage as well on the front wing. And actually, Pecan does not decide to make his pit stop. And I don't know why it says he's up to fifth position, but he's not. No, he is. Wait a minute. No. I thought I saw that. I was like, this is not being very nice to me. Nothing is really working right now. Yeah, the scoreboard is not working. Now we got, oh my goodness. Publix is in the lead though, ladies and gentlemen. I know Snipper Pig is in second. I Got a Big Rig is he actually in third? He isn't actually in third. So the predicted pit stop strategy, if you started on the hards or the mediums, as a one stop, and it's still probably a one stop from the softs, you would just pit for the hards or mediums. No safety cars or anything on this occasion. Prix did go into the pit lane and served his drive-through penalty, so that is why he is all the way down in 15th position in this race and has made contact with the Haas of looks to be Pecan 36, as Pecan loses the position and is down in 15th position and is going to lose some time now, especially with that front wing damage he received on the first lap. But Publix and Snipper Pig, first and second in this race, with I Got a Big Rig in third position, fourth for Speed King 91. And it's fifth for Dreamsy, Dilgaff in sixth position, Korab in seventh, of Honos in eighth. So the two McLarens sitting seventh and eighth right now, the best of the rest except for the AlphaTauris, who are, of course, both 1 and 2. So constructors-wise, Korab and Honos and Publix and Snipper Pig is running well as a team. Bossman and Dilsack running outside the points in 12th and 13th, respectively. So teammates are actually very close to each other. The Red Bulls are a little bit further apart than they'd like to be. I Got a Big Rig, of course, very far from his teammate Pecan 36, who has just made his first pit stop of the day, and it is the medium compound tire. So I don't expect at this point to be able to, those tires to be able to get into the end of the race. It was a little earlier for that one-stop strategy, but we'll have to wait and see. Well, so let me see Hellmade right here, who is on the charge for Drew Hughes 24, 10th position. So that's the battle for the first point scoring position in this race. And let's see if Hellmade 7 can actually make the move towards 10th position. He's lost a little bit of time. Bossman W11 now is the driver who was caught up to him, so we'll see if now he can make a move. Well, they're all very close to each other. Snipper Pig is getting very close to his teammate Publix as he passed him at the start, but Snipper Pig now back in hot pursuit in the slipstream. DRS now is activated, so there's the DRS flap opening. He's not using any ERS though, so he's just staying relatively close to him. Speed King, he looks on the inside of I Got a Big Rig, but decides not to make the move. Hellmade has gone up ahead of Drew U24 and into 10th position in this race. And now looking on the inside was Bossman W11, who ultimately decided against the move. Already on lap 4 of this Grand Prix, Publix still in the lead. Snipper Pig is in second. I Got a Big Rig currently in third. Speed King 91 in 4th position. Dilgaff in 5th. Dreamsy is in 6th position. And the Honos and Korab crew, the McLaren crew, still 7th and 8th respectively. So they're running pretty well in this race. There's Publix through the castle section. Nice and clean through there. Snipper Pig the same, no problems there. I Got a Big Rig, and the rest of the crew follow suit, so they're doing very well to keep out of the walls here so far. Only a few drivers venturing towards the outer limits of the track, but there are really no outer limits. There's just you on track and then a wall. So that's why they're keeping out of it, because it can cause a lot of damage. There's really very little runoff areas except right there at the end of Sector 2 and, of course, at the end of Turn 1, that huge runoff area if you do, in fact, miss your braking zone. And here we go. Look at this. Dilgaff and the Ferrari on the slipstream right now. If I Got a Big Rig, they're going to go 3 wide down the straight. This is insane. And, of course, I can't get a single good camera angle from the game right there. On the inside is Dilgaff on Speed King 91, who gets the position. What a move from the Ferrari driver. The Red Bull is still there. And, oh, I've lost sound again on that ear. Do apologize again, ladies and gentlemen. I just had some problems with my sound. My wire is extremely delicate. If I even nudge it slightly, it gets out of whack. But nonetheless, Dilgaff is in the lead. Speed King in 4th. 5th for I Got a Big Rig. Dreamsy is in 6th position. And the two AlphaTauris of Snipper Pig, 007, and Publix in 1st and 2nd position as well. And I don't believe I'm going to be getting my co-commentator today, unfortunately, because I have not seen him just yet. So hopefully he does join soon. But if not, I will just be your commentator this evening. And as I'm riding on board right here, here's Snipper Pig right now chasing down Publix. And still battling for the lead of this race he is. Coming in the Turn 2. Back on the DRS. Publix is actually gaining time down the straight, so maybe a bit of difference of setups right now between the two drivers. Maybe one with a bit of a higher end speed setup than the other. Nonetheless, one is working and the other is not. And through the chicane section. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little bit hard to not have the co-commentator, but nonetheless, Snipper Pig And Publix in first and second. Dilgaff is in third position on the podium. Speed King 91 in fourth position. I Got a Big Rig sitting in fifth position. There's Publix right there in first, still riding on board with Snipper Pig 007. 7/10 back from him, looking to catch some slipstream and finally make an overtake. Snipper Pig has been waiting very patiently and has had the DRS, just hasn't had the exact momentum to make the move happen. He's going to have the DRS again. He's going to be back in the slipstream. There's the DRS click, and still, though, not able to get enough momentum. He's not using any ERS to speak of. Snipper Pig. Publix is keeping that position so far on lap 7 of 26. The pit window is going to open soon, so we're going to have to wait and see when, in fact, those two decide to make their pit stops first off to get onto their new set of tires. Helmade and Breezy have both decided the pit. And what tire is he going to put on? It is softs for Helmade? Doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. Breezy did not go in the pits, so it was just Helmade that went into the pits, but he puts, again, soft tire. Pecan's out of the race. What has happened? There's a yellow flag somewhere. I'm not too sure where he crashed, but Pecan 36 is out of this race. And there's a virtual safety car deployed. So virtual safety car has been deployed. Not too sure what happened with Pecan, but he's out of the race, and we have a VSC on track. So, not too sure what has just happened, but Pecan 36 is out of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And I guess I'll try to see what happens so we can give you a little bit more information. But we're under VSC conditions right now, so no overtaking. Cars will stay in the relative delta pace. And now we're back under green. And Publix into the pits. Now, I'm assuming they told him that the safety car was ending, but I don't know if this was a good move considering everybody can get back under racing conditions. But we have a huge multitude of pit stops right now actually behind him, and they're all going to be going onto their new tires. And as you can see, most of them are opting for the hard compound tire to go till the end of the race. So they're all going for that one-stop strategy. Bossman W11 puts on softs again. I'm still not really sure why drivers are going back onto soft tires. Really just doesn't make any sense from a long standpoint perspective. But nonetheless, Snipper Pig is still in the lead of this race. Dilgaff is sitting in second position on the soft compound tire. Doesn't look like he's made a pit stop. No, he has not. Those tires are starting to look a little more worn out. With Speed King 91 in third position, Korab in fourth, and fifth for Kill the Birdman. And there is Publix, so he made his pit stop and is out in sixth position right now, so he's going to look to get back into second position. His teammate Snipper Pig will probably be making his pit stop momentarily. You can see the soft tires are not looking too bad, but even a slightly worn set of softs can get pretty bad. And we have another yellow flag, and that is a crash for one of the Mercedes. It's Bossman W11, who is forcing his car around through the wall. Snipper Pig is into the pits, so is Dilgaff. So now let's see what the pit stops are being made. What tires do we go on? And it is the hard compound tire for Snipper Pig. Here comes Publix. Will he retake the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? And I do believe he will. Back into the lead. Kill the Birdman has not yet made a pit stop, so that is the only reason why he is still out in technically first position. But provisionally, Publix in the lead of this race. Snipper Pig is in third position. 2.7 seconds back from Publix. So that was not the pit stop strategy that Snipper Pig was looking for, and it did not pay off because he is down in third and will be second once Kill the Birdman makes it, but ultimately he's not in the lead of this race. It's his teammate Publix who is. Haven't seen any penalties being given out, so that is something good to note. And we will keep you updated on the battles right now. Right now, the only battle really is Dreamsy and Dillsack, who are 5/10ths back from each other. And we'll see if Dreamsy can make a move shortly. As you can see, Dillsack is struggling on those tires. Those are the medium compound tires that he started the race on, it looks like. Or actually, if I'm looking correctly, they might be slightly new. So this looks like this is an alternate medium compound strategy. So you can also do a one stop on the medium tires, though they do wear off a little more at the end of the race. Dreamsy, though, is still keeping him honest on those hard compound tires. And here we go. There's another pass here. Honos on the inside of Drew U24. And it's not even going to be a move in the turn one. It's going to be a move right on the start-finish line. Dreamsy has made the move on Dillsack also very easily down the straight, up in the P9. And X-Breezy and Hurricane are having a drag race right now down the start-finish line. And it looks like Easy Hurricane is just going to slot back behind X-Breezy and stay in his position. Kill the Birdman still leading this race, lap 10 of 26. And Publix in second position, chasing him down, looking to get the lead of the race before Kill the Birdman even decides to make his pit. Again, I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My microphone cable is not being super kind to me right now. Here comes Publix, about to make the move for the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and he will do so very easily. Into the lead is Publix. Kill the Birdman moves down to second. Snipper Pig in fourth position. do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My microphone is just not being very behavioral right now. I'm still trying to catch up with all the action right now. I'm riding on board right there with Dilgaff, and we are back under a 3-wide situation that I can't see right now. Please give me a good view game. Oh my goodness. We literally just missed a 3-wide battle, and I couldn't see a single thing because this game can't give me one good camera angle. Who's behind? So is Dilgaff? Okay, so Dilgaff is in third, though. Publix is in first. And it's 1.4 seconds the gap right now.
Hello, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Alright guys, Ix is having trouble with his mic right now, so Pecan36 is here, the current UDL league owner of the United Drivers League here doing the F1 series. We do have a safety car out right now. As you guys just saw, Gilligaff not too long ago has made a pass on Snipper Pig in the Alpha Tauri. Publix was having himself a pretty good race until he got himself into the wall and took some wing damage as well, causing him to go into the pits, which then caused him to retire from the race. I didn't see where he wrecked. Honos has just left right now. Let me send him an invite. X, you don't have to leave at all. I would go ahead and send Honos an invite back to the lobby and stuff like that, but Honos and they're trying to get him back into the race. But currently right now there is a safety car out. Let me pull up the details going on to tell you guys what these guys' tires are on. Gilligaff has already been 2 stops in this race. He just pitted for mediums as well, but Snipper Pig takes a gamble on the softs. Big Rig went in and pits to get on the medium compound tires. Speed King is on the medium compound tires. So pretty much everybody has went in and pitted when the safety car came out. Now, Snipper Pig did go on to the softs, but I think that will probably be a challenge for him because those softs do not last very long, and with 12 laps left in the race, I'm pretty sure those mediums can still last the whole entire race for the race distance right now. So it's going to be a tall task. If Snipper Pig wants to win this race, it's going to be a tall task for him if he wants to win. Interestingly enough, Birdman did not pit. He's actually out there on the hard compound tires. I have to apologize, folks. My voice is out. I was at the Browns game today, the Browns and Cowboys game, and I have lost my voice there. So I do apologize if my voice is and the reason why I joined this broadcast is 1, I'm out of the race. I took damage on lap 1. Remember if it was Honos or Karab that I ran into the back of, and then got some wing, got an orange wing, had to go into the pits, lost control in the castle section, and just trying to go through those really fast corners at the beginning of Sector 3 caused me to spin out and lose control of my car, and I'm out of the race, so I will be commentating this race with ISRO X. X, how are you doing, buddy?
I am good. How do I sound?
I can hear you.
Is it good? Is it that?
Yes.
Is it bad? Okay, you're right.
No, you are good. So right now we got 11 laps left in this race. I will allow ISRL X to take over the play-by-play commentating. Oh wow, and Speed King just got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. And
that's with him in 4th position in the race, which is very interesting to say the least, as we are about to get underway with racing again as the safety car is in this lap. So we are on lap 16 of this race. And oh boy, I'm trying to get my microphone. There we go. I can now hear things again. So yep, the Speed King was in 4th position right there, and I give him an ignoring yellow flags 5-second penalty. It's very odd to get that, especially if you're following under the safety car. So something weird must happen. Dilgaff just lagged out and is now in 3rd position. Now is up to 1st position, so some very weird things are happening here as Dilgaff controls the pack right now. So he is the presumptive leader in a sense with the safety car. And when is he going to go? He's going to go now. Was this too late, though? We'll have to wait and see. We're under racing again. Dilgaff now has a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So that is extremely interesting given that he was the pace leader. So there are going to be some very, very interesting conversations nonetheless after this race. But here comes Snipper Pig already challenging for the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. He's going to try to possibly put it on the inside. And will he make an inside dive? No, he won't.
He keeps it very safe, very safe. He noticed that he didn't have the move there and decided not to send it right there, especially with 10 laps to go, he decides the smart thing is to not make the move there. But he's on those softs. Those softs are not going to be good at the end of the race. So if he wants to make a move for first, he needs to make that now, because Delegaff might send that in and ask him, hey, this needs to be looked at. So that could be a very interesting thing for the end of this race. But what I am seeing is that Delegaff is having some lag issues on his end.
So Delegaff still leads the race. Snipper Pig in second. I Got a Big Rig is in third position in the Haas car. Your teammate right there in third position, doing very well for himself.
Yeah, Big Rig is having himself a really good race, putting himself into third. And actually, I feel like with him being on the softs, and we do have a yellow. That is one of the Mercedes cars. It looks to be Bossman W11, and he has big wing damage. Big time damage to the right wing of his car, so he's going to have to go in and pit and get that wing replaced.
Going back up to the top, though, talking about I Got a Big Race, sitting in third position right now, and he is on the medium compound tire, which may be the best of both worlds. If we're considering tire life here, they look to be fairly new as well, so he might be in the best position. Bossman W11 has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane to add insult to injury. So currently, right now, Snipper Pig did just take the lead of the race, but he's going to have to build on the gap now, because those softs maybe only last you about 6-7 laps tops for you in this race. And we do have another yellow. It looks like it was Dreamzy. Looks like something was... I believe that's Dreamzy, Drew U, and Breezy who may have gone together there, coming out into turn number 3. So Snipper Pig is already pulling out some mega times there, as you saw in the first sector, gone purple in the first sector, so already on a charge right now. 1.6 seconds is the gap between first and second already, but as you said, near the end of that stint, the soft tires are really going to start to wear out, and maybe Delegaff will start to climb back into the battle for the lead of the race. But
do not forget that he has that time penalty.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how UDL would do it with the stewarding, but would you consider that to be a just penalty? I mean, considering he was the pace setter.
Right. Comparing that he was the pace setter, I will talk to Sebelpai about it, who is our lead steward about it. But I will say, Big Rig is still in this race. Yes, he is 2 seconds away, but it all depends on what Delegaff's footage is and what happened there to see what exactly caused him to get the 5-second time penalty. So that's going to play into it a lot. But Big Rig needs to get a move on. He's falling down big time to Delegaff here, but if Snipper Pig can hold off on those softs, I mean, he has about maybe 4 or 5 more laps on those softs until he really starts to feel the effects. Because at this track, those rear tires go dead really, really fast.
Speed King is chasing him down in the medium compound tire, no less, the same compound tire as I Got a Big Rig, but Speed King definitely looking a lot quicker than him right now. Delegaff sitting in second, 3.1 seconds the gap now. It is climbing rapidly. Snipper Pig is on a huge charge right now. Lap 19 of 26. There may not be enough laps to go where those soft tires start to wear down too much and end up causing him to lose time. Delegaff is losing time by the second. In every corner, it feels like 3.3 seconds the gap is now. Speed King now may be able to make a pass, and I Got a Big Rig because only 5/10 separating them. Gonna have DRS. Will he use his ERS? And yes, he is going to use his ERS and DRS together. Here we go. Is he going to make a move in the turn 1? It's going to be very close, and he's going to make a dive on the inside. Side by side in turn 1. I Got a Big Rig keeps the position just by a hair. Speed King, does he make a move again? No, he doesn't. He stays behind him, and he'll go for it again soon. He's got a DRS straight to contend with here, but not really an overtaking opportunity, just so it keeps you behind the car in front of you. and they will settle right now for third and fourth respectively. Speed King chasing down I Got a Big Rig, lap 20 of 26.
Big Rig doing a really good job of holding King right behind.
Got some pit stops.
Make sure that he doesn't get the pass done. Yes, it looks like Birdman and Drew have gone into the pits. I wonder if they had a collision there somewhere on the track while we were focusing on the battle for third and first here. But I will have to say Rig is doing a really great job holding off King here. But King he still has the shot, and he has about King's going on and off on the ERS. He has about half of his ERS left, where Big Rig has a lot of his ERS left. So that will definitely come into play here pretty soon.
Dilgaff now 3.5 seconds that gap is. He's using as much of his ERS as possible, but he's still losing time to Snipper Pig. And there's not a lot of laps left to go here in this race, as it's about to become 5 laps. Sorry, well, I believe 6 laps to go, actually, in this race. And here we go, lap 21 of 26. And let's see, can Snipper Pig take this win?
Rig is starting to pull away from King a bit. He was up to about 7/10 there, going over across the start-finish line. But King is now back on his butt. But don't know if he's close enough to get a pass. Rig is not using any of his ERS, and King trying to use any of that ERS that he has to pass. But Rig looks like he has the faster car on the straights compared to King.
Korab and Honos, the two McLarens, are sitting 5th and 6th respectively. Not a bad position for the McLaren outfit. They'll be looking for some good constructors points today. Of course, Public's not in the race anymore, so unfortunately it is just a one score for the AlphaTauri drivers, who were sitting 1-2 for the longest time. Was going to be a very good points haul for them. Unfortunately, it's not going to come into effect in this race. But Snipper Pig, 3.7 seconds now, the gap between him and Dilgaff, and the time just keeps growing. Speed King, meanwhile, 5/10 slowly decreasing down these straights. I Got a Big Rig definitely has to deal now with this Red Bull car. It's not going away anytime soon, but he has a lot more ERS to play with, and if he has to, he will pull it out of his repertoire to keep that position.
Big Rig is trying to look for his second ever podium finish here in the URL. So is King. They both have one career podiums to their
And here we go,
so
Speed King about to make the move, and he might even make it before turn number 1. And yes, Speed King into the position, into the turn, takes it. Third position goes the Speed King 91. Does Big Rig have a counter-offensive? Not at the moment. On to this next DRS straight. Is he going to be using that DRS and that ERS? Just the DRS, and he's going to get very close to Speed King. In fact, is he going to make a move on the inside? He's going to look there, but ultimately a bit too of a daring move, and he decides to stay behind.
Kind of looked like he gave him like a dummy move to try and see if he can make a mistake, but King, very veteran drive from him to not allowing that dummy to pull a fake on him to make a mistake. Rig still is not using any of that ERS that he has, but do keep in mind, until King sends in the footage of how he got the time penalty, he still has a 5-second time penalty to his name, so that's going to be something to look at, after the race is done.
Hellmaid sitting in 7th position, a little bit alone. So is Dreams. The ex-Breezy is sitting in 9th position after that jump start at the start of the race, which caused him the drive-through penalty at the very beginning. Dilsack is in the final point-scoring position and will have no problem with Kill the Birdman 17 seconds behind. But Drew Yu is looking for 11th position of his own. He's about 3/10 back from Kill the Birdman. Kill the Birdman definitely struggling, especially with Drew Yu on those soft compound tires. Going to very easily make a pass rather soon, I believe. As I Got a Big Rig in the DRS, still not using any ERS to speak of down that straight, so he's still waiting, as now it's going to be 4 laps to go in this Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Rig still has about 70% ERS. See, nope, yep, now he still just uses the DRS, so he is not going to use his ERS left, compared to King, who only has about 10% ERS left in that car. But one thing to keep in mind, I don't know if it is enough, but Dilligaf has closed down that gap from 3.2 to 2.8, but I don't know if that's going to be enough with 4 laps to go.
If we ride on board with Snipper Pig, you can see the degradation on the tires starting to form. You can see a definite line between the outside and the inside part of the tire. That's when you start to know that those tires are starting to wear out on you, is when we see a much darker portion on the inside of the tire. So Snipper Pig is definitely starting to feel the effects of the wear on the soft compound tire. Now, whether that is going to actually affect him, we'll have to wait and see. And oh, Dilgaff hits the wall, and he's got end plate damage. And this is big scenes here. Dilgaff has front end plate damage on the right side of his car, and that is not what he needed right now. In this race, 3.6 seconds the gap is now. Speed King, meanwhile, is pulling away from I Got a Big Rig and is now going to possibly pull within a second, 5 seconds of Dilgaff. But I Got a Big Rig might be the best one off here. If he can pass Speed King and get into 4th and then get into 5-second penalty range of Dilgaff, then he might be looking at 2nd place here.
Yes, that is very, very true. It just all depends when they send in their clips and what Sebapai sees and what he will think. But Speed King still holding off very well. But if I'm Rig, I want to get onto that ERS button as soon as I can. I mean, I know that he's trying to save his ERS, but if I'm Rig, I'm trying to get past him as best as I can. But Dilligaf is having trouble. He's not making up the speed, and that damaged right wing of his is hurting him so much, and may have just gave the win to Snipper Pig there.
Lap 24 of 26 in this race. The race about to expire, and Snipper Pig 4.1 seconds in the lead of this race. Speed King is chasing down Dilgaff, but he's got 5 seconds of his own. I Got a Big Rig has really got to put the pressure on now. Look at how much ERS he has to play with. Only 3 more laps to go. He could definitely make a pass if he wanted to, but he's been very, very cautious. Is he being too cautious, though, considering the ramifications right now of what he's looking at here? We'll have to wait and see, but nonetheless, he is staying close. X Breezy has a 5-second penalty, and X Breezy has crashed. X Breezy has crashed in the castle section, and there is his carcass right there. In this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, he made contact with Dilsak, and is Dilsak all okay? It looks like he's all okay, and ultimately, X Breezy is out of this race.
Big Rig pushing. Big Rig is pushing. He doesn't get the move done, though. But he's definitely going to have to. I mean, if Rig wants a chance for 2nd, he has to move now.
There goes the ERS finally. Just using a little bit of it now, the DRS back. And he's being a little more cautious on this particular straight because it's not really an overtaking zone. But he's only got just about this at the end of this lap and then the end of the next lap really to make that overtake.
You know, King is holding him off very, very well, doing everything he can to hold Rig behind him. And Dilgaff, surprisingly, even though with the damaged right end plate, he's holding himself pretty well.
But it's 4 seconds to Speed King. We'll have to wait and see. The big thing for here right now is can I Got a Big Rig actually pass both of them given their penalties and how the gap is decreasing between Speed King and Dilgaff, because I Got a Big Rig is right on the back of him, so it's only going to matter even more as that gap decreases, but it's 4.1 seconds, and it's been kind of steady around that point. Here comes I Got a Big Rig. This really is his final opportunity. As you can see, he's going to use a monstrous amount of ERS down the straight here. As right there you can see Speed King is just about to run out of his ERS. So he really has nothing to play with. And here we go.
Yeah.
And there's the move. Into third position goes I Got a Big Rig, and more importantly, 3.5 seconds. That is easily enough to get second position in this race as long as he can keep it steady and avoid any unnecessary penalties.
Rig is pushing massively as well. King still very low on his ERS though, but Big Rig is going, I mean, still, even with the 5 seconds, King still needs to defend like hell. I mean, Rig he needs to defend like hell against King if he doesn't want, to lose out on that spot, just in case if both Delegath and King get their penalties appealed.
And Delegath into the wall again. He's hit the wall in the castle section. I Got a Big Rig might make the pass before the end of this race. Delegath is having major problems right now. You can see the front wing damage is extremely severe on the Ferrari.
Rig's going for it.
And he got the move.
P2. He's now up into P2. Really?
And now Speed King hits the back of Delegath, and there's going to be some conversation here. He's got to make a move soon, and now Delegath just lets him by. And Speed King almost loses it there almost.
Snipper Pig on the final straight, coming to the line. And Snipper Pig looks like he will win this race.
And Snipper Pig, in fact, does come across the final time for the start-finish line. He's going to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I Got a Big Rig finishes in second in a very chaotic end to the race. And
Honos makes a move on Karab. Honos made a move on Karab right at the end. Honos made a move on Karab.
Wait a minute, Korab is on the podium.
Wow, whoa, Karab is on the podium, yeah. I don't know if Hono's got a 5-second. Let me look into that. Let me see. Where did Honos get a penalty at? Where did Honos get the penalty? Did he get it?
But Speed King and Delegath, they must have had more penalties because he's in third position. I didn't think it was that severe.
Honos, I don't see a penalty for him at all. Nothing is showing up on my screen that he has a penalty.
Helmate is considered driver of the day, but Korab is finished on the podium. Honos, it looks official to me as it can be. There's Snipper Pig raising the trophy. He wins the Grand Prix. I Got a Big Rig finishes in second, but Korab has snatched third place, and Honos is down in positions. He did not... I think the thing here is Honos was in that position. I don't think he got in within that 5-second gap of both those drivers in order to move up as much as Korab did. I think that's the problem. Nonetheless,
that's going to have to be something to look at.
There's your lineup right there. So Delegath had a 10 seconds worth of penalties. It's Snipper Pig, Big Rig, Korab, Speed King, Delegath, Honos, Dreamsy, Helmade, Dilsack, Kill the Birdman, Drew U24, Bossman W11, Breezy, and then your DNFs are Publix, Hurricane, and yourself, Beacon.
Yep. Not a good race for me today, but amazing race from Pig. Heartbreaking finish there to Delegath right at the end. I know Speed King is going to dispute that penalty, as I just got word from him that he's going to send that in, but Honos didn't have any penalties, and he crossed the line.
But I don't think he was within the same amount of time as Korab was. That's why Korab moved up and Honos didn't.
He passed Korab right at the line. I just saw it. He just passed Korab.
Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, that was a very chaotic and controversial end to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. My name is ISRLX. I was joined by Pecan36 at the end in the commentary booth. Thank you so much for joining us. I apologize for all of the technical delays and issues. And we will see you when? When are we seeing you? When are we seeing the viewers again?
I will be sitting. They will be seeing me at the Austrian GP.
And is that next week?
No, next week is my final race at the Canadian GP.
So, sad scenes in Canada. It will be Peacon's final race. But nonetheless,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a wonderful evening. Good night.